Lola Shae from the Lola Shae Show. Tune in every Monday at 7 o'clock right here on IAXISRADIO.com for hot topics, cool conversation, and me, your host. Gotta love it. See you there.
IAXIS Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
IAXIS Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Welcome to IAXIS Radio. We are the future of radio and podcast. Our reach is limitless. We embark on the now. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is evermore.
IAXIS Radio, the future of radio and podcasts. No limit to what we do.
Shout out to everybody tuning in. I want to say it has been a wonderful, wonderful week. We are going into another wonderful week. I know that you guys got things going on in your life, but you took the time out to tune in with me, and I am grateful and appreciative of that. This is the Lola Shae Show. I'm your host, Lola Shae. We are here on IAXISRADIO.com, where there is no limit to what we can do. It's just, I don't know, I'm feeling really happy and optimistic lately. I'm feeling like I can, like take on the world. You know, it's a big far cry from last week when I just wanted to throw in the towel and said, pray for me, y'all, pray for me. Anyway, that's just how life is. Sometimes you're feeling up, sometimes you're feeling down. So, it's been an awesome week. I don't know. I had a lot of response on the last show. I want to say thank you to everybody who reached out with their comments, opinions, thoughts, prayers. We need a lot of prayers over here. So last week we discussed a lot of current events. We brought up the Diddy trial documentary that 50 Cent had released. And we discussed how, because the main question that I've been getting asked was how was he able to obtain the footage that he got seemingly from Diddy himself. So we discussed that. This week, I don't know, I just want to go a little bit more in depth into it. And because basically none of the stuff that we did get a chance to see so far in the 4 episodes that was released was too shocking. It wasn't more than some of us have already been suspecting from back then going forward. I'm actually wanting to talk about the things that weren't discussed in the documentary and my curiosity as to why. I'm sure the reason they didn't discuss the Justin Bieber angle is because Justin is basically just not ready to deal with the situation mentally and emotionally, and we need him to be in a good space. This is a very uncomfortable topic for a lot of people. It's very stressful. It's embarrassing for some people. So when you ask, how come people didn't say anything, didn't come forward? I'm specifically referring to the victims. trauma is hard for anybody. So there's a process. You have to come to terms with the trauma, accept that the trauma doesn't make you or break you, basically. It's a process. So we can't expect people to speak out before they are already. But there are a few other people that were left out of the documentary that I was quite surprised by. Like, we didn't really see um, a lot of comments on them. We didn't see them speaking up. Um, they like basically glossed over or just didn't bring the topic up didn't bring them up as a topic at all, honestly. And I found it all very interesting, considering these most of them are high profile situations. So I was very interested, especially interested in that fact that they didn't speak on Usher, even though there's court documents and medical records, and I'm sure the defamation threat is there. The idea of putting out information that the people might themselves not have come to terms with, not be ready to deal with, and then just plain on not wanting to get sued, So, excuse me. So, they didn't just, but it was just a lot that seemed to be left out of the documentary that would have given a better understanding to the viewers of what kind of actual monster we're dealing with. Now, the thing that bothered me more than anything was sitting back and watching a lot of the people that they had speaking. These same people were there while this was going on, and they chose not to speak up about it. In some of the cases, it was fear of retribution, fear of being exposed for their parts in the shenanigans, fear of being outed in some cases. They want to firmly remain in the closet. It's a number of different reasons why people didn't speak up. A couple of them is that the people who did speak up tend to come up missing. They tend to die of very suspicious pneumonias and heart attacks and whatnot. So, shout out to you, Music Buff Radio. How are you this evening? Always good to see you in the chat. But yeah, there's a lot of speculation as to whether or not they are enablers or victims. Does the victim then become the abuser, like in the case of Usher? After knowing what P. Diddy was allegedly on our part, he knows exactly what happened or didn't happen, and yet he still brought somebody else to Diddy. So the question remains: is the fame that important? Is the money that important? More so than the innocence or sanity in some cases of some of these victims. And there were, let's not get it twisted, there were a lot of people who said no. The answer to that question was no. The money is not, the fame is not. But again, the blacklisting, the accusations are in the Orlando Brown, not Bloom. Orlando Brown had been considered crazy for saying some of the things that he said, which I'd like to add most of the things that he said have actually turned out to be true. And a lot of people owe that man a bunch of apologies, actually. So, I mean, when you're watching these things, and I'm sure more information will continue to come out, the Clive Davis connection has not been explored. Just a lot of the story has not been fleshed out for everybody. But whether it has or not, you get the impression, you get the idea, the gist of the story is that he's just a horrible individual who took great pleasure in taking advantage of people. The fact that the man had absolutely no talent. He had a good ear, he had an ear for talent. He had an ear for music, but he himself had absolutely no talent, as evidenced by some of the pieces in the documentary. When you found out how many ghostwriters were involved, how many tries and takes it took to get to whatever level of because when you realize that Jadakiss and Mace and 50 and all of these talented, truly talented individuals was actually writing and composing and creating his actual, the words that he said out of his mouth, the words that were attributed to him as a quote unquote rapper, then you realize that it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. We still haven't gone in. We haven't gone in deep into the making the band fiasco. We haven't gotten into. There's a lot of topics that still haven't been yet to cover, and I'm thinking they'll be coming out soon. I'm not gonna say who he pissed off, because at first I was like, well, who did he piss off in order for all of this to happen? But apparently, absolutely everybody, and for years and years and years. Now, I'm just, hoping going forward, people get a little bit more backbone, a little less concerned about fame and fortune, and more concerned about their fellow humans. I mean, I think it would be awesome. It would be awesome. It would. Maybe just a little tiny bit. Anyway, so we're going to take a minute, kick into our first break. I think we have one by Franchise. We're going to play that and maybe another one. And then we're going to come back. And we're going to run our mouth some more. So looking forward to seeing you guys. Once again, this is the Lola Shae Show right here on IAXISRADIO.com. And we'll be right back.
Sometimes life can keep you grounded, keep you asking why. Feelings of giving up have crossed your mind. I soak it all up, God knows how I've tried. Sometimes life can keep you grounded, keep you asking why. Feelings of giving up have crossed your mind.
Soak it in, I got checked in. How many times I think a million? These niggas lie, they not serious. Raining on summer, pops Aquarius. They told me stop, the shit's hilarious. No time to laugh, I get the bag in any area. They kind of various. No lie, made it cause I'm so fly. I belong on planetarium. High, soaking the vibe on my movie shit. I no longer try, I'm only doing it. Shine like the sun, pray for a solar eclipse. But I bet that won't even ruin it.
Life can keep you grounded, keep you asking why. Feelings of giving up have crossed your mind. I soak it all up, God knows how I've tried. Sometimes life can keep you grounded, keep you asking why. Feelings of giving up have crossed your mind. I soak it all up, God knows how I've tried.
eyes, my most soaking in tears. Like these dark clouds following everywhere. Traumatized over things that I don't share. Times that I tried and you ain't even care. Now I swear you left me in the storm. You was inside cozy and warm. What got in me, never winning. Thought that ended, the story go on. Soaking that pain, I don't cry, I just walk in the rain. I'm outside of the climate change. When the sun come out, soak it the same. But that's what I'm saying.
Keep reaching, sky's no limit. I know that you've been through it. Soon there will be a brighter day. Everyone's rooting for you. Tell me what you got to lose. Where there's a will, there is a way. I feel it in my soul, a feeling that I can't let go. It's your life, you got control. Don't you ever let it go. No matter wherever you are, keep reaching for the stars. Keep your dreams close to your heart.
From the south side.
Frank White, the desperado, the all-black El Dorado. The thoughts of a gangster. Frank White, the desperado, the all-black El Dorado. The thoughts of a gangster. Frank White, the desperado, the all-black El Dorado. The thoughts of a gangster. Frank White, the desperado, the all-black El Dorado. The thoughts. My story is one of courage, facing fear, introducing ideas, concepts a lot of cats don't want to hear. I say this verse for the faithful few, and so you understand me clear. I never made a bragging record in my life, but I feel compelled to share the fact that I feel I rap better than y'all. That's neither here nor there. Just know that I'm telling the truth every time that I'm in the booth, providing a burden to prove. Every time I testify, how gangster is that? Tap, tap like Gregory Hines on the track. Double tap, blowing your mind like a cat with a strap. All over the place like cumulus clouds out of nowhere. Focused on you between your eyes as you stare at a creation of God, but you don't care, really. I look at the scenario in reverse, like I'm parking a whip, but don't trip that I have a different opinion that won't fit or match your definition. Fear is not my position, like I said at the top, but he's besties with sucker MCs who want to believe the opposite. But how gangster is staying true, how gangster is believing in you, how gangster is catching the flu. Lyrically sick for so many years, you forget certain eras where pretenders became kings, puppets who had strings that think that they're Death Stars. But what's a Death Star to an X-Wing? Death Star meaning the soul of an artist suppressed for the sake of success. X-Wing torpedo is a lyrical dart. X-Wing is the underground and the torpedo's the art. Frank White, the desperado, the all-black El Dorado. The thoughts of a gangster. Frank White, the desperado, the all-black El Dorado. The thoughts of a gangster. Frank White, the desperado, the all-black El Dorado. The thoughts of a gangster. Frank White, the desperado, the all-black El Dorado. The thoughts. My motives have been clear from the start. Would often lose my way whenever things got dark. I became comfortable in the shadow. A closed fist receives no blessing. A closed fist can either punch or paddle. But this boat remains deep in Manure Creek. I chose to speak. Prayer was deep. I levitated out of the boat. Moved to south side to challenge some of the goats, so I could be one of the goats, if not the goat. But it so happened to be authenticity is not a prerequisite for a meal. Being real will not guarantee you a deal. So how gangster is sticking with it? How gangster is staying committed? How gangster is knowing your team since 14 and never omitted ugly parts of the story in any verse I ever submitted? How gangster is family first, and how much is your loyalty worth? I'm speaking on the culture here, barking on the vultures here, while staying 10 toes to the earth. So in the spirit of Frank White, I'ma play the back, weapon in hand, way in the back of this New York taxi, right in the back seat, M-O-E-T, peace.
shout out to Moet. I had to, I had to throw that in there. Of course I did. I got another little gem for you guys a little later on in the hour. We'll get to that when we get to it. Once again, this is Lola Shae of the Lola Shae Show. So it tickle me every time I see that because, obviously you know why, right? Okay. Anyway, shout out to Moet. I want to take this time to shout out my supporters and sponsors, the Dr. Dre Victory Foundation, doing great work with amputee prevention, diabetes awareness, control, prevention, and just, I don't know, they just do good work. He's just doing a lot of things out there. Very big supporter of the show. It's my transportation sponsor. Definitely want to take this time to shout him out. I want to shout out Amala Junction, authentic Nigerian cuisine, located 1039 Belmont Avenue, in Brooklyn, New York. Once again, authentic, delicious Nigerian cuisine, family oriented, just so joyful for people. You could taste the joy in the food. It's always awesome. Let me see what we got going on today. I saw some comments in the thing. We could go back there real quick. Who we got in the chat? I know I saw Vaughn. Yes. Shouting out to Al. Al is definitely in the building. Peace and blessings. Happy holidays to everybody from IAXISRADIO. We have, I'm wishing you and yours the best this holiday season. Oh, well, the same to you too. Same to you too, my love. So, all right, so today's main topic, I'm showing to get into real quick. It's not really a quick topic. I kind of been thinking about this for a little bit now, but the idea, I've been hearing a lot of people's opinions that nice guys finish last. So we have this topic today is, the nice guy paradox, because I personally don't agree. I don't think that nice guys truly kind, let me rephrase that, kind people, I don't believe finish last. I do believe that people who are perpetrating to be nice because they want something, I think when they don't get what they want, they feel like that's last place, I feel like. But we have a little bit of some scientificals, some opinions. Of course, I want to hear what you guys think. Feel free to call in. As you already know, the numbers at the bottom of the screen, 914-719-6917. Did I get that right? Yes, I did. Anyway, once again, 914-719-6917. 6917. That's our call-in number. And again, tonight's main topic, the topic for discussion this evening is the nice guy paradox. Do nice guys finish last? And I want to discuss, not only do I want to discuss the do they or the don't they, for those people who feel like they do finish last, I want to give you some pointers and suggestions on how you can be maybe a little bit more assertive in your life. Because is it more that you're nice and you're not getting the benefits of being nice, even though a truly kind person would be nice and wouldn't, necessarily look for any kind of benefit, just being kind because that's the thing to do? But there is scientifically a juncture between being assertive and just being kind. So I want to take time out to discuss the different manifestations and where we can figure out where you are on the list and try to adjust accordingly, because it's not necessarily the being nice that's the problem. It's the response, the lack of reciprocation, and again, in some people, it's simply the expectation level. So love that video. Where are they from? Which one? Let's see. Franchise. I'm not particularly sure where they're from, but they're from. They were from right here in the Bronx. Now Moet. Moet. They're from Brooklyn, the Bronx, and I believe San Diego or something like that. Shout out to Graffiti Blue. Of course, my boy Vaughn Belgrave, Chief Vaughn, and that other young lady you saw in the video, she's from Brooklyn, I believe. Yeah, very much enjoyed the whole process of putting that together. And like I said, anytime that I get the chance to support my creative folks, definitely am interested in that. And maybe there's a little Easter egg again a little later on in the episode. We'll see how it works out. No, I'm fingers crossed. Or a little bit of fun a little later on for you. But okay. So now, all right, the issue with nice guys, okay, let me just start with that, is the idea that most quote-unquote nice guys are not really nice at all. And after you spend a little bit of time with them and conversate with them and really pay attention, you really are observing them in like their natural habitats and whatnot. You find that they're not nice at all, actually. They tend to be entitled. They tend to be, the word I'm looking for is meek or definitely insecure, definitely not sure of themselves. It's not necessarily the bad in the bad boy that the women like, but it's definitely the confidence level, the surety of themselves. Like, you know what I mean? They have high self-esteem, which is self. Nobody can do anything about your self-esteem but you. And they tend to be confident, bordering on arrogant, in some cases, which is the totally opposite of the I'm not sure, does she like me? I don't know, does she like me for me? It comes across, it's palpable in some instances, that you're not really sure of yourself, that you don't really have it all together, that you're not the guy that you think that you should be. You know what I mean? So there's always that. And of course it comes across phony and it definitely starts to wear it off after a while. When you don't get your way. The nice facade slowly but surely wears off because it wasn't who you authentically were to begin with. It was a facade that you was putting on. It was a face because you thought it would get you somewhere. And as long as that's the idea that it's transactional, that you're doing it for something other than just because that's the thing to do, I think that comes off across as well. I think it comes off as phony. I think it comes off as exactly what it is, manipulation. Now, if you find that that usually, according to the graph, we want to throw the graph up there real quick again. According to the graph, now we have 4 intersections of assertive and kind. Now, I myself have learned greatly from this particular chart in related conversations. So bear with me as we go through this because it's something that I actually had to learn myself. Okay. So now in the grand scheme of things, you have 4 manifestations. They're either high assertiveness or low assertiveness. They're either high nice or low nice. You understand? Kindness, I guess I should say, because nice is fake. Kindness is honest. Okay? So now if you have high kindness and high assertiveness. That, generally speaking, is the ideal. It's the ideal way to be, because you are kind. You do nice things for people, but you have boundaries. Okay, you know how to say no. You know you don't spread yourself too thin. You're not trying to people please. You're doing the things that you are able to do within your means and the time that it's able for you to do it. And it's like just the ideal individual has high levels of assertiveness, meaning they stand up for themselves, they have boundaries, they keep and represent their boundaries. And then you have the high kindness, meaning they want the best for others. They do nice things. They're generous. These are naturally occurring things. It's not with an expectation of receiving something in return. Okay? Then you have the people who are both low assertiveness and low kindness levels. And those people tend to be cynical. That's the cynic in the lower left-hand corner. We have the cynic. Low assertiveness, which means they don't really speak up for themselves. They don't really have any boundaries. They, just pretty much floating along. Low assertiveness as well as low kindness. They don't really care to do nice things for other people, especially without reciprocation on their end, coming back to them. Then you have the bully. Now, the bully exists universally everywhere. Everybody knows a bully. And a bully has high assertiveness, but it also has low care, low kindness. Okay? So that's how bullies manifest. They stand up for themselves, very, very well. Some would say overly so. But they lack the empathy and the kindness to do nice things for other people. And then you have the doormat, which is low assertiveness coupled with high kindness. And those are the people who tend to get taken advantage of, abused, neglected, spread too thin, ran ragged, all of the above, because they have high empathy, they care, they want to do good things for the sake of doing good things, but they lack the boundaries, they lack the assertiveness and the ability to say no. Sometimes the word no is extremely powerful. So yeah, they'll yes, ma'am, yes, man, yes themselves into an early grave, basically. And that's what you don't want, okay? So for anybody in your life, you first assess which one of these characteristics or which one of these manifestations they most represent. Then you can figure out how to adjust the scales accordingly. So if they have high manifestation of assertiveness but low empathy, they're going to be a bully. So you have to work on their empathy, work on their doing kind for others without the expectation of getting kindness things done back to you. Because karma says when you do, God says when you do good, good comes back. So if you are doing good with the cloud or the under the umbrella, the idea of thinking that, oh, this is what I'm going to get back, then that breeds resentment when you don't get back the thing that you thought you was getting. So then you start feeling away. Now you're in your feelings for absolutely no reason. Because you're supposed to put it out there and let it go. If it comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't come back, it doesn't come back. It was done out of kindness. You understand? A lot of people don't really, that's not something that they understand. So, because I hear this a lot. You'd be surprised how many times I hear, oh, nice guys finish last. Oh, I never get to, they don't take me seriously because I'm too nice. I'm too nice. You are absolutely not too nice. There's no such thing as too nice. You're either dealing with a user, in which case there's no amount of nice things that you can do that's going to satisfy them, or like I said earlier, you're seeking some kind of reciprocation, some kind of give back. You're seeking something in return other than just putting goodness out. Knowing, because you don't look for it when you know it's coming. When you know you're going to get something, you're not like checking under the bed every 15 minutes. You're not looking at the phone. You know that this is going to come. So you just wait for it. There's no reason to attempt to rush it. Make a thing where there is none, basically. So. But more boundaries, more no when necessary, more understanding that if you say no, it's not going to lose you any friends. And if it does, those was definitely not your friends to begin with. Okay? It just is what it is. If you find yourself by yourself after saying no to somebody, then where you needed to be was by yourself and away from that somebody, honestly. So I just wanted to put that out there. I want to also say before I go on to, my next set of topics, that I support all my wonderful, wonderful Brooklyn legislators. I want to give a big shout out to them. I want to shout out Chris Banks, our councilman out there. I want to shout out Nikki Lucas, our assemblywoman out there. And I want to shout out Roxanne Prasad. I got Maxine and Roxanne mixed up. Maxine is also doing wonderful things in the city, but she is not a senator. So we're talking about her today. We're talking about her another day. But Roxanne Prasad doing awesome, awesome things. I've had the pleasure of working with them on multiple occasions throughout the year. Love to see when our elected officials are out and doing good things in the community. Once again, when it's not an election year, they're not seeking any kind of reciprocation. They're not asking for a vote. They're doing good things because good things need to be done. So I got to shout them out. I believe Chris Banks has another movie night coming up at the Food Bazaar on Linden Boulevard, where the multiplex center used to be. Interesting things going on out in East New York. So and I very much appreciate them for it. So I want to say shout out to them once again. Shout out to East New York Oasis Community Garden. Thankfully we are in hiatus for the winter. That does not stop us from attending workshops and other events throughout the winter. We're in talks about putting on our own workshop, but I don't want to have anybody out in the cold because, like I said, we're outside. We're outside, 2539 Pickens Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, East New York, Brooklyn, 11208. And we are definitely outside all summer long, and it's beautiful. But, of course, it's summer, and it's nice and warm. And just don't go in the greenhouse. You'll melt. But it's just wonderful and green and lush and happy and peaceful and music playing and butterflies flying around. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day for everybody involved. But in the winter, first of all, it's an entirely different animal. In the winter, gone is the green lusciousness. The browns have taken over. The trees are bare. It's just not the same to me. It's not the same vibe. Well, most importantly, it's still cold up until like May going into June for outdoor activities. Okay, I don't want to have the people outside in the cold. We don't have any structures as of yet. Well, we have, the gazebo, but that's still an open structure. Pergola's still an open structure. And the shed's not big enough to hold anybody. So I'm not going to have nobody out in the cold. The first event we'll probably be doing will be around Earth Day. And hopefully it'll be something that involves, keeping people moving until the weather picks up. But, still looking forward to doing. We're gonna have a few pop-ups, a couple of festivals, some vendors expos. Looking forward to doing some cool things in there, along with our usual events, the egg hunts, the back to school, the movie nights, and of course a couple more if we can think of some things. Feel free, volunteers are always welcome. feel free to come down and, get your hands dirty, put your hands in the dirt, ground yourself a little bit. They say gardening work is not only therapeutic and mentally soothing, it's also definitely a good workout. It's how I stay in shape, that's for sure. I get as chunky as I possibly can over the winter. Child, it's a story for another day. And then I just, I use the weeding and the raking and the manual to tone up everything good. By about July, I'm looking and feeling real fabulous. But the work doesn't stop. That's the thing. So it teaches consistency. You have to have visions of things that are not there yet. You have to see it before it gets there. Like, I see this big tomato bush from this little tiny seed. So, it's a labor of love. We love doing it, and we welcome all of the help that we can get. Shout out to my members. Shout out to my administration. Shout out to the people that elected me Presidentes. I want to shout them out all the time because, oh my goodness. Anyway, and shout out to all the people in the community that come out and make our events awesome and make it a really cool place to be. So we're just looking forward to, bettering the space, making it more and more aesthetically pleasing for the people who come in and sit down and enjoy it. The bird watchers, the solitude seekers, the meditators, the exercisers, the yogists, all of the folks who call our garden home. I want to say thank you very much for making it an awesome space, and I look forward to seeing you guys next year. What's up with that music, bro? Nice guys don't finish last. Exactly what I said. Not real nice guys, not real good people, because I know that it seems like the bad boys. Oh, wait a minute, we got a call in. Oh wait, we got a call in tonight. So okay, we're gonna pause. We're gonna take this call in. Say hello. So who do we have on the line tonight?
Yeah, you got Sugar Bang Bang through the damn thing. How you feeling?
I am doing well, Bang. How are you?
I'm okay. I see you up here turning it up a lot.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay over here. We working it out, trying to get these topics out, and I want to see what the people is talking about. I wonder what you think about it. Matter of fact, now that I got you on the phone, what do you think about the idea that they say that nice guys finish last? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
I kind of been in those kind of predicaments, so I kind of think that's about right.
Do you think it's right?
Yes, I do. See, because when a guy is so nice, right, the nice guy, he could be as sweet as he want to be. He could be a gentleman. He could be outgoing. He could be everything that woman want him to be, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes the woman don't really want that. She want the bad boy. She want this dude that, that's out there doing all the things that she don't really want, that she says she don't want. So when the guy that's good to her, treat her, show her so much love and affection, it happens to be he get the opposite end of the stick. So I understand that story very well. So sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. So it depends on the party. You might have a person that might be really into having a good relationship and making things work. Then you got something that's just love the drama.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got to kind of take the time out to see what kind of person you're dealing with, too, definitely. But I don't know. I can understand where that would be a thing, But on the other hand, I feel like so maybe like I said before, short term, the bad boy seems to come out on top because, like I said, he's got the swagger, he's got the confidence, he's got all of the stuff.
It ain't even much swag. I'm gonna go.
But as time, that's definitely a part of it when you're looking at the nice,
not even a swag,
straight laced.
It's about
working individual
contrast.
versus
Women love women love contrast.
True.
Women love contrast. Women love excitement. So if there's no excitement in the relationship, sometimes the relationship will die. So
that is true.
It takes that man to know that. But if the man does not know that, he has to be that and more, it'll ruin the relationship. So he has to be exciting and not boring. Because sometimes boring could be exciting to some people.
Yeah,
and
right.
Then
that's true.
Yeah, sometimes people, like think they got to talk a whole lot. They really don't really have to say nothing. And they might not even know that because they don't know the individual that they're dealing with. So it takes time to know who you're dealing with and how you're dealing with them to make the person that you need to be to the person that you want to be with.
Right. That takes time and communication. That makes sense.
So sometimes we rush ourselves and we don't trust ourselves. We don't build ourselves. We don't communicate ourselves to be the people that we need to be to one another. So it can have a good relationship, or you probably do have a good relationship, but you're basing your relationship on past tense relationships, and that's where we crash at.
True. But I definitely think that when we're discussing long-term relationships, I think the nice guys come out better in that situation because the qualities that women tend to seek in long-term relationships, the nice guys tend to have those qualities in spades, whereas the quote-unquote bad boys, they tend to not be able to, make it to the finish line in that aspect because they once the excitement does wear off, you're left with an incomplete individual.
Exactly. So you can have all those things in a person that you think that doesn't have those things. But what happens is you're not being honest to the person that you like. And when you're not being honest to the person that you like, you can lack what you don't understand because he don't understand you. And for him to understand you, you have to bring those things to the forefront, meaning you like a little excitement. You like to do a little things here. You like to do this, that, and the third. You can't hide that.
Right.
Because that's what sometimes women hide themselves. Right. And when they hide themselves because they thinking that they're going to get prejudged because they got an individual that likes them and probably admires them a whole lot and probably never had a man admire them like that. And then that could be an advantage for her too, because now she sees the man admire her so much that he starts to want to do different things himself. She starts to feel like, he's getting in her frame and he's really not. He's really in his frame, but she don't realize that what happens is he's mirroring what he thinks is real to him. So when she's not being real to him, that takes away what he's doing for her, to be with her, to fit with her.
Right.
And she's trying to fit with him. And when she's trying to get in his frame, and she's like, I can't get in his frame because he looks like, he not here with me. And I feel like he's trying to be my girlfriend, but he's not. He's really being your man. And that's where the clash coming at. And that's where they got to stop. And that's why a lot of women and men going through the things that they're going through now. Ain't nobody perfect. We all strive for perfection. But like I said, if we start, coming together as a collective few and, start laying our shit down on the table and learn how to build with one another, we'd probably come out to be a little greater couple than we are.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But now that seeing as I got you on this phone, I have to take this time out to actually, because, I don't think the people know who I'm talking to. So I want to take this little brief time right now to introduce you to everybody. First of all, I want to let you tell the people who you are, first of all, and give them a little quick background on Sugar Bang Bang. I want you to do that for me real quick.
Oh, wow. Well, due to the contrary, I am Sugar Bang Bang from Wu-Tang. Did a lot of music with Wu-Tang. I got a lot of songs out there. I did a soundtrack to Ghost Dog Trinity and I did the soundtrack to Blade. Pardon me, I said Ghost Dog Trinity. I did the Ghost Dog with Forrest Whitaker, the soundtrack to that, and then I did Blade Trinity. You know what I'm saying? And I actually went crazy on that, and I actually got on the Iron Flag with the Wu-Tang Clan. I did one joint called In the Hood, and I was going reggae on that. And I did a lot of R&B joints too. You know, I got some R&B joints I was playing around with. I got music with Sheik Luch. I got music with Styles P, Mano. So the list goes on.
So basically, you're saying that you done paid your dues in the industry, huh? Would you say that?
Yes, I knocked on a few doors. Yeah, I'm still walking my dog.
Couple of doors, little couple of doors. Well, I mean, all right. So, that's my segue into you telling the people about the latest project that you have. It is a single, correct?
Yes, it is. It's a single. It's called I Paid My Dues. I
like how we did that there. I like that.
I actually felt good to walk my dogs on this one. My big brothers wasn't there to give you a little helping hand on that one. Mm-hmm. But I actually, put my team together, we come to the forefront and put this one out. Shout out to Mr. Wonderful.
Shout out to Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah. That's who on the track with me, Mr. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. That's Brownsville and East New York coming together, County of Kings,
Yes, absolutely. Love me some Kings County, baby. I mean, I don't know. I had the opportunity to come out to the video shoot for the video. It was very, very awesome. I love how you took charge of everything. You made sure you got your vision, got it across to everybody so they knew exactly what it was that you wanted and the way that you wanted it. Very, 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 boss man-ish things was going on. So I definitely enjoyed myself that night.
I appreciate that. I was keeping a mindset on growth and progress. I was definitely aiming at what was really needed to be done. I felt I had the manpower next to me, and I had the right individuals that were with me and want to see us win. So I think everything went well. And I shout out to everybody that was at the video shoot, even yourself. I appreciate all of y'all. The energy was amazing. And I would love to have y'all at any other event that I ever have. That's the vibe I got out of this.
Definitely
I've been
looking
getting some beautiful, beautiful responses for this joint. I want you to all go out there and support it. So it's going to drop on the 22nd. The actual single is going to come out the 22nd on Spotify and Apple Music and hopefully many other platforms as well. So we're going to definitely throw a lot of blows like Mike used to do in the ring with this one,
Okay, so I got Music Buff in the chat, and they are saying that you have a release coming up on, what is it, 2/22/26? What is it?
12/22.
26. Oh, 25 was the release date. Okay. So wait. Yeah. So now, so would this be like a premiere or an exclusive, or like can I claim joy in being the one who? Well, but before I try to take credit for his masterpiece, we're gonna take this time real quick, and definitely give y'all a little taste of this music video. So we got Sugar Bang Bang coming up. I Paid My Dues right here on IAXISRADIO. Once again, I am your host, Lola Shae, and we'll be right back after the music video.
I like them guys. They stood. They some act white boys. They paid their dues.
New York, this how it's going down. AKA Bang Out. Yeah, ARB. This for the movie stars and heavy heater street controllers. Forfeit the nothing, let them hammers ring. Bang, bang, really don't be playing games. 4, 5, 6 up on my dice, I like to take the bank. Tripping ain't a part of my game, get out my lane. I I was born to lead. Y'all niggas lost the game. You wonder why she wanna roll around and chill with Bang. Pimpin' ain't easy. Nigga about as cheesy. Don't try to G me. Nigga, y'all watching TV. Please, homie. Yeah, you can't see me. What you know about shit, Meeks and Rockin' Zilly? Old fish scale cats calling me Big Wooly. Yeah, I paid my dues. Now don't you break the rules. Yeah, I pay my dues. I brush my shoulders off. I pay my dues. Now homie, pass the crown. Yeah, this is boom bap, real rap. Now hold that. This not trap. Y'all niggas got to know that. Been better, I'm about cheddar. Y'all know that. Long money, I got wrapped up like mummies. Diva misses running around here looking like bunnies. Pass the champagne around, she feel my drip now. Biggie Small said fuck all them hoes. So that's what I do, I'll dick them down real slow. Pass the crown, peep the dawn. Sitting calm, with the rollie on the arm. Neck full of charms. Say I'm lucky cause I got 1 gun, 2 gun, 3 gun, 4. And any clown one that we could bring it to his door. Nothing but the wall. I stand sturdy, and I shoot it like I'm James Worthy. Check the menu, you done made the hit list. I paid my dues, don't break these rules, we're going crazy. I paid my dues, don't break the rules. I paid my dues, brush my shoulders off. I paid my dues, homie pass the crown. I paid my dues, yeah.
Loving this life that is all around me. Weight on my shoulders and it's trying to drown me. Anchor on my ankle, yeah, who's holding weight? Homicide, Central, East New York, first 48. Groovy with the doogie, hustle hard, moving state to state. Crabs in the barrel trying to grab me, itch straight to play. Back against the wall, still a no, yeah, I keep the faith. The Don Polion told her, hush, baby, eat the cake. Feed the snake, applying pressure till the levee break. Freedom and hate, greens on Jake, food on the plate. Gather around, I pay my dues so we all can feast. 2 things money can't buy, it's time to end the peace. My stomach full, I'm still hungry, homie, play it safe. July 26, a king was born, nigga saved the day. Never enough money, no witness, no hush money. Pull up and pop out like, nigga, don't run from me.
Ooh, I paid my dues, don't break these rules. I paid my dues, yeah. Now homie, pass the crown. I paid my dues, I paid my dues, yeah, yeah. Now pass the crown. Brush my shoulders off. I paid my dues. Long live the king. Long live the king, yeah.
Long live the king. We have I Paid My Dues by Sugar Bang Bang. I want to say thank you once again for him for calling in and blessing us with his presence. We will be having a sit down soon. I'm trying to, I wanted to get around the same time of the, I think they have an event coming up. I want to tie it all together and give you guys a good, I want to take y'all around and follow him around a little bit, show y'all the, a day in the life, so y'all can get to know him and get to know his music. And, he's going to definitely be going forward, try to get him as a part of the family here. So, looking forward to that going forward. But yeah, I just wanted to say, because we're at the end of our hour. It goes real fast when we get to having fun in here. So, let's just do a quick recap. We discussed this whole nice guy paradox. The jury is still out. We still got some people who believe that nice guys finish last, and then we got, some people like, no, those guys aren't really nice, but it depends on who you ask. So there's never gonna be any like definitive answer. That's why I tried to give some kind of help, you know, something that you can look towards, work towards. And
Well, why don't you just keep it like this? Every guy don't gotta change who they are. They don't gotta change who they are.
No, don't do that. Please.
Stay who you are.
Exactly.
Don't stop being the person that you are because somebody doesn't agree with being with you. It's okay.
Exactly. Find the person that
It's okay.
appreciates
Just find
the
somebody
niceness
that's gonna
in you.
agree with you, feel you, level it up with you, and grow with you.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
That's all you can really do. And if you feel like that your genuine self isn't being appreciated, then definitely go to where you're feeling appreciated at. No reason for you
And
to
that's
keep
being a real man or a real woman and being honest with yourself. That's
either
it.
male or female. It goes both ways. There definitely have been women who have been accused of being too nice, and men are being accused of being too nice, or men or women seeing that being nice. What worries me is the idea that you don't want to be nice no more because it didn't work out for you. And then that, of course, that leads me to ask, were you really nice to begin with? Or was it a facade?
That's why I said what I said. Be yourself. Don't try to be nobody else. If you like to do nice things for people, you like to see people smile and feel good, be yourself. But know who you're doing it for.
Exactly.
Know who you're doing it with.
Know
That's
that
what
they
I'm saying.
deserve it. Shoot.
Yeah. You know, some people don't deserve a blessed hand. Some people don't deserve a good person. Some girls might not deserve a good man. Or some dudes might not deserve a good girl. It goes vice versa. So, you know, just understand this. Take your time, learn each other, feel each other, and know where you stand with a person. So that way you know that's what you want to do. Because some things ain't hard to figure out.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. I want to thank you officially for coming in and calling in with us tonight, spending time with me this evening. Looking forward to seeing you again. Hopefully get
yes,
you
you will.
in
They
the
say
studio.
real people do real things all the time. I have. And I'm shooting shots like Kobe, staying in the paint like LeBron, and yeah, I'm getting it on. I want to be there like MJ and be there like a legacy. You know what I mean?
Alrighty. Well, looking forward to that. I want to, real quick before we get out of here, run over here to my chat. I want to shout out Tara Vocals by Jamel Jones. Tyrone Green, I see in the chat. I see, once again, Music Buff Radio, real strong in the chat this weekend. Want to thank my call-in guest, Sugar Bang Bang. All my people checking out on the multiple platforms, 360 Live, Amazon TV, Roku, YouTube, at all the different platforms. Shout out to Devon Franklin. How are you? Appreciate you. What it do? And shout out Mr. Wonderful. Thank you for gracing the video with your wonderfulness. And shout out once again to Sugar Bang Bang. And we'll be seeing. I'm not doing a goodbye video. His video was a goodbye video for the night. I want that to marinate in your mind. You know, and a lot of the struggles that we find ourselves going through is really just us paying our dues, believe it or not. And
that's right. Go out there and subscribe that. Go tell them go subscribe that. Put a thumb up on that.
That's right.
Go get that.
Go over there and check out the video. Like, subscribe, share it, put it out there if you like it. Appreciate you for your time tonight and looking forward to
shout out to my woo bangers, man. All my woo bangers.
Shout out to all the woo bangers, the whole Wu Tang, everybody out in Shaolin. Right, love you guys.
Everybody, man.
See you all next week.
Salute. Thank you, man.
You're welcome, baby. Thank you once again.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for the Lola Shae Show.